Archangel Michael is trying to reach you right now, and if you're hearing this, it's not a coincidence. A powerful lawyer is on their way into your life, and two things will vanish within the next 3 days. Michael says, you weren't meant to know this, until this exact moment. If even the smallest part of you feels something, a chill, a stir in your chest, or a whisper in your spirit saying, this is meant for me, pause right now. This isn't just a video, it's a divine signal. You didn't stumble here, you were sent. The second you choose to subscribe, it's a spiritual agreement. You're telling God, I'm ready to receive. Now take a breath, because something sacred is unfolding, and after you hear it, life will not feel the same again. Michael has been trying to get through to you. A powerful legal figure is heading your way, and within the next 3 days, 2 specific weights you've carried for years will lift. You weren't meant to receive this earlier, heaven waited until now, because the timing had to be right. Someone has been interceding for you, quietly praying where you could not see, lifting your name in sacred spaces. Tonight the spiritual veil got thin enough for the message to break through. That's why your eyes found this message, at this exact second. Destiny is no longer waiting, it's unfolding like a scroll, written by God Himself. Michael has been standing guard beside you, since the night you nearly gave up. Yes, that night, when you whispered, God, if you're real, please show me. This is the answer, not subtle, not gentle, it's divine urgency. 3 days, in that time, 2 deep spiritual blocks will be cleared. And the lawyer who is coming, they are not ordinary. They've been chosen, and spiritually instructed, to unlock something for you, that's been sealed. You must prepare, you must stay open, even if the message feels heavy. Someone didn't want you to discover this truth. That's why the echo still lingers. You were not supposed to know this until now. If you'd heard this earlier, fear may have stopped you. Doubt may have stolen the miracle. So Michael waited, until your heart was open, just enough to let the truth in. And here it is. God is moving behind the scenes, in ways that are about to redefine your identity in the Spirit. Once you were seen as the forgotten one, the misunderstood, the struggler, but now the angels refer to you differently, the shielded one, the chosen one, the hidden one for divine purpose. This is not the moment to scroll past again, not now. Because the lawyer coming into your life brings more than legal solutions. They carry sacred information, spiritual documentation, contracts inked in spirit, and sealed with heavenly fire. Someone tried to bind your soul in sadness, heaven is dissolving that tie. That's the first of 2 things vanishing, that emotional weight, that clung to you for years. The second thing is your fear of becoming who you really are. It's leaving so quickly, that you might feel disoriented. Don't be alarmed, that dizzy feeling, it's your old self falling away. Let it crumble. What's emerging is your original design, your divine strength, your spiritual authority. Heaven doesn't send warnings, unless there's something precious that needs guarding. And this intensity you're feeling now, it's because something sacred is being moved into place for you. Michael's sword is drawn, not out of fury, but to protect, to slice away the remnants of what no longer belongs in your story. In the next hours or days, you may start to notice signs. Glitches, a missed call from an unknown number, a bird that stares at you for too long, vivid dreams that feel more like messages than imagination. That's how the spiritual realm speaks when it's close. Don't brush it off. Every odd moment is a marker, guiding you back to your calling. Yes, you were chosen, not for your perfection, but because your spirit stayed willing. The weight you've carried, the silence you've endured, the invisible tears, heaven saw it all. God heard the prayers you couldn't even speak. Michael stood by, as you sacrificed comfort, just to hold on to integrity. Now the heavens are turning in your favor. This is your season for restoration. And that legal person arriving, even if no court is involved, they're coming with something better than resolution. They bring clarity, justice, and spiritual unlocking. You might already know them, or they may appear suddenly. But when they do, you'll recognize them. Your spirit will say, "This is it." If what you're reading touches your heart, don't dismiss it. You were meant to be here. There are no mistakes in divine movement. Your soul was led to this very moment, so God could remind you, you've never been alone, not once. Now hear this part clearly. In the next 24 hours, someone or something may try to shake your faith. A message might come that makes you anxious. A person may challenge your worth. Don't fall for it. It's the final test, before your breakthrough. It's the shadow making one last attempt, before the light fully breaks in. Don't shrink, remember Michael is close, and the order has already gone forth from heaven. Nothing can reverse it. Your only task now, say yes. Say yes to what you're releasing, say yes to what you're receiving, say yes to walking forward, even if your knees are trembling. You don't need to see the whole path, just the next step. Here's the sacred truth, right now, your name is being spoken in places you've never been. Doors are opening, where you haven't knocked. A powerful soul is being drawn to your energy, not to take, but to pour into you. They've been assigned to uplift, not drain. What once came in the form of attack, is now arriving as assistance. What used to hold you back, is now accelerating your purpose. Timelines are rearranging in your favor. You are stepping into a moment that has been in the making for longer than you know. And the shift begins now. And Michael's arrival will not go unnoticed. The power in the spirit realm is shifting, like thunder rolling across the sky, and your name is written in that storm. Don't just let this pass over you, feel the vibration in your bones, let it seep into the places where your faith once faltered. You are about to witness something unfolding, beyond your understanding, but you will recognize it, by the overwhelming peace it brings, a peace that defies logic, flooding your heart, even when nothing around you changes. That peace is the unmistakable sign that the transformation has begun. But heaven's message is far from finished. Archangel Michael remains vigilant, his sword still raised, standing guard before you, against threats you never saw coming. That is the depth of the love and protection, surrounding you right now, divine shielding, before danger even touches your sight. The lawyer coming to you, isn't just a figure with papers or promises, they carry a sacred mission, inscribed in fire, tasked with reversing the silent wounds, and long delays, that try to hold you back. Those invisible chains of denial, pain, and delay, you didn't speak of them, but Michael and God have never been unaware. Now the scales are balancing, and truth will be set right, on both heavenly and earthly planes. Within 3 days, your name, your energy, and your path will feel lighter. 2 heavy burdens will be lifted, and though one might feel like a person distancing themselves, and the other an internal struggle, a thought, or repetitive doubt, that whispered you're not enough, both will vanish. These aren't losses to mourn, but removals, necessary for you to breathe freely again. The eviction notice has been signed, in the realms beyond, and Archangel Michael is executing it on your behalf. You might already sense the shift, an unfamiliar pressure in your chest, goosebumps for no clear reason, a tug deep within, that seems to understand your story, better than anyone else ever did. This is no coincidence, this is divine confirmation. You are being bathed in angelic energy as you listen. Michael's presence is intense, because heaven wastes no time, when your season arrives. This is your moment to rise, fully, fearlessly, without hesitation. You will notice some people falling away, and for the first time, their departure will not pierce your heart. You won't beg or plead for their presence, instead you will thank them, for making space. You will feel the sacred air shift, when you walk alone, as if the angelic realm is realigning your frequency. It's clearing space, for those who don't just admire your light, but protect, celebrate, and mirror it. The lawyer, an unexpected yet divinely appointed figure, will be the first of many celestial appointments. At first you might not even recognize them as a lawyer, but their words will carry undeniable justice, shaking loose old chains, that bound you too tightly, for too long. Remember this, you were never forgotten, just hidden, shielded from energies, that could have destroyed you prematurely. You may have felt overlooked, but heaven's protection, was guarding your promise, until the perfect hour. If you had stepped into your blessing too soon, wrong hands would have tried to claim it. But now the divine clock ticks in your favor. Every delay was a setup, every no was not yet. And now the resounding yes, is on its way, loud, clear, and unstoppable. Prepare for a sacred shift in your environment. Don't be surprised, if you sense the atmosphere becoming heavy, holy, or charged. These are signs, Michael is stepping closer. You might notice a flicker of light, an unusual shadow, or a sudden cool breeze. Don't dismiss these moments, they are heavenly signatures, telling you to open your heart. Speak aloud, Michael, I receive what heaven is sending. This simple declaration, is your agreement with the divine miracle. Repeat it whenever doubt tries to creep in, that is your spiritual seal. Understand this well, someone once spoke against your name, confident their words would never reach the heavens. But instead of punishment, heaven lifted you higher. This is divine justice, the kind that confuses the enemy, turning secret slander into public honor. Watch as those who tried to bury you, will witness your bloom, not with envy, but with peace filling your heart. This is the power of divine reversal, and it begins now. Do not cling to the 2 things Michael said will disappear, when they leave, release them without chasing. Allow God to fill the space they leave behind. Your hands must be open, free from the clenched grip of past pain, to receive the blessings ahead. Remember, heaven never takes without returning abundantly, this apparent loss is a divine pruning, a clearing to prepare you for new fruit. If tears come, let them flow, your soul is being cleansed. When your body trembles without cause, understand this, the old energy is being extracted. You are not losing your mind, you are being purified, anointed, set apart for what's next. When that powerful lawyer arrives, whether through a meeting, a message, or a moment, you will remember this warning and say, "Heaven prepared me, I am ready." You are entering a divine alignment so profound, even your past self would struggle to believe it. Now you are called to trust what you cannot see, more than what fear has taught you. What lies ahead is not frightening, it is sacred, but only if you allow it. Only if you stop running from your calling, and step into it with courage. The signs will come, numbers repeating, names whispered in dreams, songs that seem like messages, strangers who say things that feel deeply familiar. This is how the veil thins. You will begin to experience the miraculous unfolding, in every corner of your life. Doors you thought forever closed, will swing wide open. Conversations that once seemed impossible, will happen effortlessly. Peace will settle in your heart, like a quiet river flowing after a storm. This is the fulfillment of promises, long held by your spirit, now arriving in physical form. Don't be surprised if some old relationships change or fade away, it's necessary for your growth. Those who do not resonate with your new frequency, will no longer fit in your story. Instead of fear, embrace the freedom that comes with space. This clearing is sacred, it's the universe making room, for your blessings to enter unhindered. The divine lawyer who is coming, will bring clarity and justice, in ways you haven't seen before. This person's arrival is part of a grand plan, to break chains you didn't even realize were binding you. They carry keys to doors locked tight by unseen forces, and their words will have the power to set you free. Whether they are familiar or new, when they appear, your spirit will recognize them instantly. Your protection is fierce, Michael's sword is drawn, not to harm, but to shield you, from anything that no longer serves your highest good. The battles fought in silence, the nights filled with quiet tears, and the moments you felt invisible, all these have prepared you for this breakthrough. You are emerging from the shadows, into a new season, marked by light, peace, and divine favor. Your name is being lifted, in realms you haven't yet entered, and powerful advocates are interceding for you, even now. The momentum is unstoppable. Stay open, stay ready, the transformation is unfolding, and it will change your life forever. Your spirit's journey has reached a sacred crossroads. It's time to walk boldly into what God has prepared, knowing you are deeply loved, fiercely protected, and divinely guided, every step of the way. The very fact that you're alive right now, breathing this breath, is proof enough that your miracle is already in motion. Life itself is a divine declaration, that God has not forgotten you. You may not see the full picture yet, but the unseen hands of heaven are working behind the scenes, to align every detail in your favor. Trust that each step you take is guided, and that the waiting you've endured, is not a punishment, but a sacred pause, a divine preparation. As you move through the next few days, pay attention to the subtle shifts around you. These shifts will not always announce themselves loudly, sometimes they come as quiet nudges, gentle reminders, or moments of stillness, that fill your soul with knowing. Your spirit is tuning into frequencies you couldn't hear before, and what once felt like chaos is beginning to reveal a pattern designed by God Himself. The two things set to disappear in these 72 hours are not mere coincidences. One is a weight you've been carrying, a burden that has held your heart captive, and kept you from stepping fully into your purpose. This burden might have worn many faces: doubt, regret, resentment, or fear. But whatever form it took, it no longer has permission to linger in your space. The eviction is absolute, authorized by divine decree, and executed by Archangel Michael's sword. The second thing is an internal barrier, the invisible wall that has limited your confidence, your ability to trust yourself, and your willingness to receive blessings. This wall is crumbling now, breaking down piece by piece, as Michael's presence surrounds you with courage and strength. Don't resist this dismantling process, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. You might experience moments when old wounds seem to flare up, or memories surface unexpectedly. These are not setbacks, they are the necessary cleansing that clears your spiritual and emotional path. Like a river carving through rock, this cleansing creates space for fresh streams of hope, joy, and peace to flow into your life. And remember this: when the lawyer arrives, whether in a literal courtroom, through a message, or in an unexpected conversation, they come carrying far more than legal knowledge. They bring divine authority and spiritual favor. They have been sent with a mandate to overturn what has been unjust, and to establish truth where confusion has reigned. You will feel their presence, as a shift in energy, a relief in your chest, and a quiet certainty that justice is unfolding on your behalf. This divine advocate will help untangle knots you've struggled with alone for too long. Whether it's a contract, a relationship, a financial matter, or an emotional blockade, their influence will open doors that seemed sealed shut. The release they bring will not just be legal, it will be spiritual liberation. You will breathe freer, stand taller, and reclaim ground that was once stolen or lost. Now more than ever, you must hold fast to faith. When doubts arise, lean into the assurance that comes from the unseen realms. Michael's sword is not just a weapon, it is a symbol of protection, clarity, and decisive action. The angels surrounding you are not passive watchers, they are active participants in your breakthrough. They battle the darkness that has tried to overshadow your path, and their victory is assured, because it is rooted in God's unchanging promise. You might start to notice signs that seem unusual: repeated numbers, strange coincidences, or sudden insights that appear out of nowhere. These are not random occurrences, but divine breadcrumbs, laid out for you to follow. The spiritual realm is signaling its presence, reminding you that you are supported by forces far beyond the human realm. As these signs multiply, you will feel a growing alignment inside you, a sense that the universe itself is rearranging to welcome the new chapter of your life. This alignment will bring people, opportunities, and resources that seem tailor-made for your journey. Some of these blessings will come disguised as challenges, but if you remain anchored in trust, you will see how every piece fits together perfectly. You were never meant to walk this path alone. Even in moments when isolation seemed overwhelming, the truth is that your angels have never left your side. Archangel Michael's constant vigilance means you are guarded, not just from physical harm, but from spiritual attacks and negative energies that seek to derail you. You are shielded in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend, but you will begin to sense it more clearly as time progresses. And as you embrace this protection, you will find the courage to let go of relationships and situations that no longer serve your highest good. The people who remain will be those who respect your light, honor your journey, and encourage your growth. The spaces you inhabit will feel lighter, freer, and more aligned with your true purpose. This is the divine pruning in action, removing what hinders, so that what nourishes can flourish. In this sacred season of change, don't forget to speak aloud your intention to receive. Words carry power, and when you declare, "Michael, I receive what heaven is sending," you open the door wide for miracles to enter. Repeat this when fear tries to close that door again. Let your faith be louder than your doubts, your hope brighter than your fears. Now, as the final moments before this breakthrough tick down, understand this clearly: your story is shifting, your destiny is unfolding, and your name is being lifted, in realms seen and unseen. You are not the same person who started this journey. You have been refined, tested, and prepared for a divine purpose that only you can fulfill. So stand firm, breathe deeply, and get ready. The next 72 hours will reveal the power of God, working through Michael's intervention. The two burdens will be lifted, your path cleared, and a new chapter will begin, one marked by victory, peace, and undeniable favor. You are stepping into a season of sacred transformation, and nothing will ever be the same again. This is your divine moment, your spiritual awakening, and your breakthrough in motion. Trust it, embrace it, live it. Because the best is not just coming, it is already here. Close your eyes for a moment, and take a deep breath. Feel the presence of the unseen angels surrounding you, their wings brushing gently against your spirit. You are standing on holy ground, a sacred threshold, where the past meets the promise. Every doubt, every fear, every heavy burden you've carried, feel them begin to lift. They are not yours to carry any longer. Archangel Michael is here to gather those burdens, to cast them into the light, where they lose their power over you. Now open your eyes slowly, and know this: what you have been waiting for is not just coming, it is arriving with thunderous clarity. The silence before the storm is over. The moment of waiting turns into a moment of movement. And movement means change, change means growth, growth means you are becoming who you were always meant to be. In the next 72 hours your spirit will feel a peculiar kind of restless peace. You won't understand it at first, but that's okay. Restless peace is the sign of divine activity, like the quiet before the sun rises, the stillness before the floodgates open. You might sense an inner stirring, a whispering fire that makes your heart beat faster, and your mind race with possibilities. That fire is your calling igniting, fueled by Michael's sword of truth, cutting away the lies that kept you chained. And when that lawyer arrives, whether through a meeting, a call, or a message, recognize the weight they carry. They aren't just a messenger of paperwork or legalities, they are a divine instrument, a spiritual advocate, sent to unlock what heaven has ordained. Their arrival will mark a new chapter, where past wounds start healing publicly, where silence turns into testimony, and where what was once hidden will be revealed for your glory. But remember this crucial part: the transition is never without challenge. The enemy knows when blessings come, so expect a pushback, subtle, maybe even unexpected. It could be in the form of someone trying to derail your progress, a sudden delay, or a moment of self-doubt that tries to whisper, "Is this really for you?" Stand firm, speak your truth, declare, "I am ready, I am protected, I am chosen." This declaration activates a shield that no force can penetrate. As the two things depart from your life, whether a person or a thought pattern, don't reach out to hold them back. This release is a divine exchange. Old chains are broken, so new wings can unfold. Imagine the space they leave behind as a sacred room, a sanctuary ready to be filled with blessings you never imagined possible. Fill it with hope, faith, and expectation. Speak over that space: "Here I welcome peace, here I welcome favor, here I welcome the fullness of God's plan for me." You may feel the urge to retreat, to hide, especially when emotions surge unexpectedly. But resist isolation. This is the time to stay connected to your tribe, to sources of encouragement and truth. Let the flow of divine energy continue to saturate your life. Messages like this are more than words, they are lifelines thrown to you from the heavens. Grab hold, let them pull you closer to your destiny. Now picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast river. Behind you are the burdens, the pain, the misunderstandings. They are sinking beneath the surface, carried away by the current. Ahead of you is a bridge glowing with light, the pathway Michael is guarding for you. It's sturdy and radiant, built by divine hands. When you step onto this bridge, you leave behind the old story, and move forward into your true calling. This calling isn't just about success or material gain, it's about restoration, wholeness, and divine alignment. It's about waking up every morning, knowing you are deeply loved, and divinely protected. It's about walking boldly in your purpose, with a peace that no earthly circumstance can shake. The season you're entering is unlike anything you've experienced before, because it's infused with the power of heaven itself. And let me remind you again, if you're still here, still reading, still breathing, that means you have survived every test. You have outlasted every season of waiting. You are stronger than the sum of your struggles. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of faith, has been building this moment. The heavens have been preparing a banquet in your honor, and the invitation is already in your hand. You may wonder what this divine justice will look like. It won't always be loud or obvious. Sometimes it comes as quiet peace in the middle of chaos. Sometimes it arrives as an unexpected breakthrough, in something you thought was impossible. Sometimes it manifests as new doors swinging open, people showing up in your life at just the right time, or a deep unshakable confidence that tells you, you are on the right path. This is the season where your story changes. Where the pain you once carried becomes the foundation of your purpose. Where the betrayals turn into testimonies. Where the delays become divine appointments. And all of it, every piece, is woven together by the unseen hands of heaven. When the next 3 days pass, look back and marvel. See how the invisible battles were won. See how the weight you felt has been lifted. See how the space inside you has been renewed. Know that this is not the end, but the beginning of a new era for you. Now is the time to walk in boldness, speak your truth without fear, shine your light without apology, love without reservation, and most importantly, trust without hesitation. Because the God who sent Michael to fight for you, is the same God who is already making your enemies turn and flee. And so as you prepare to step fully into this new season, say this aloud one more time: I receive what heaven is sending, I am ready for my breakthrough, I trust the divine timing and the divine plan, I walk forward in faith and favor. Feel the power in those words, let them root deep within you, like seeds planted in fertile soil. This is your declaration, your covenant with the divine, your spiritual signature, that aligns you with everything God has for you. Remember, the journey won't always be easy. There will be moments that test your faith, moments when you'll want to give up. But Michael stands with you, sword drawn, shield raised, ready to fight every battle on your behalf. You are never alone, you are never forgotten. And when doubt tries to sneak back in, when the fear tries to silence your hope, return to this message. Listen to these words again. Let them remind you that what is coming is greater than what has passed, that the breakthrough is bigger than the setback, that your destiny is louder than any discouragement. Step into this day with confidence, with courage, with the knowledge that you are deeply loved, divinely protected, and uniquely called. The heavens have heard your prayers, the angels have marched on your behalf, and Archangel Michael is not just near, he is actively making a way, where there seems to be no way. Your miracle is unfolding right now, your story is shifting, your name is being declared in heaven and on earth. Stand firm, stay faithful, and watch how the impossible becomes your new normal. This is your time, this is your season, and nothing can stop what God has begun in you. Just breathe that in, the edge you're standing on isn't a place to fear, it's the threshold to everything you've been created for. This is the moment where the old stories that held you back begin to unravel, where the chains of doubt fall away, quietly but powerfully. You're crossing from survival into revival, from confusion into clarity, from waiting into walking in full authority. The days ahead will reveal signs that confirm you're on the right path. Doors that were once slammed shut will start to creak open. People who once ignored you will begin to notice your presence, and some will even apologize for the blindness they had. Not everyone will celebrate your rise, and that's okay, this is your season, not theirs. Michael is clearing the battlefield, so you can take your rightful place, without apology or hesitation. You might encounter moments when old wounds reopen unexpectedly. They'll feel sharper than before, but that's because the healing is deeper now. Those moments are not setbacks, they're part of the process, a necessary clearing, before the full light floods your life. You are not alone in feeling this tension. Archangel Michael's sword is not only for battle, it's also for cutting away what no longer serves your highest good, and sometimes that cutting stings, before the relief rushes in. Keep your heart soft through it all. It's easy to harden when the storm gets fierce, but your softness is your strength. The tender parts of you, the child who still dreams, the wounded places still whispering for hope, are the very parts God is restoring and celebrating. Don't try to armor up prematurely, let your vulnerability be a bridge, not a barrier, to the new life waiting to unfold. In these next hours, listen deeply to the small nudges, the gentle impulses, that tell you when to pause, when to move, when to speak, and when to hold your tongue. Those nudges are Michael's hand guiding you, a divine GPS, recalculating your journey, to lead you straight to your destiny. Trust them, even if they contradict your past logic or current fears. Trust them, because they come from the place where heaven meets earth. And remember, faith is not blind in this season. It's not hoping against hope, it's knowing against doubt. You're stepping into a reality where the invisible becomes visible, where prayers that felt unanswered suddenly burst into brilliant fulfillment. That miracle you've been praying for, it's on the horizon, it's approaching so fast, you might miss it, if you don't slow down enough to see it. Be prepared to embrace a new identity, one that doesn't shrink or apologize for its light. You are shifting into someone who no longer settles for less than God's best. You are becoming a beacon, a warrior, a healed and whole reflection of divine love and strength. People will look to you for guidance, for hope, for the kind of peace that can only come from walking through fire and coming out refined. This isn't about perfection, it's about purpose fulfilled. It's about rising with scars that tell stories of survival, not shame. Those scars will become your insignia, proof that you have been through the battle and have come out victorious. When you walk into rooms from now on, your presence will carry that victorious energy, and you won't have to say a word for people to feel it. Know that Archangel Michael is not just a figure in the sky, he's active in your life, moving on your behalf, in ways you can't see, but will soon feel. He's dismantling barriers, breaking chains, and aligning everything necessary, so your path is clear, and your destiny unavoidable. Your prayers have been heard, your faith noticed, your perseverance honored. So if you feel fear creeping in, speak to it with power. Michael stands with me, I am guarded, I am favored, I am moving forward. Repeat this until the fear loses its grip, and your courage takes over. This is your declaration, your anthem, your spiritual shield. And as you prepare for the coming days, hold fast to this. The two things Michael spoke of will vanish like mist in the morning sun, leaving space for the arrival of something so much greater than you dared imagine. You are not just receiving a blessing, you are becoming the blessing. You are stepping into a role that will impact not only your life, but ripple through generations. Your story is shifting, from waiting to witnessing, from hoping to having, from silent suffering to bold testimony. Don't rush the process, allow every tear, every sigh, every moment of uncertainty, to be part of the sacred dance between heaven and your heart. This is divine timing in motion. And as the lawyer moves, so does your destiny. They are the key holders, the ones unlocking doors that seemed permanently closed. When they speak, listen beyond the words. Hear the confirmations, the promises, the new beginnings. This is not coincidence, it's divine orchestration. Your role is to stay ready, to stay open, and to stay in faith. When the time comes, walk through the door they open, without hesitation. You will feel the weight of destiny settling onto your shoulders, but it won't crush you, it will crown you. Let this truth settle deep, you are chosen, you are seen, you are powerful beyond measure. And as the skies prepare to shift around you, remember this moment, as the one where everything changed, where you stepped fully into the life God planned for you, before the foundations of the world. Now take another deep breath, feel the strength rising in you, the peace settling like a river, the fire kindling in your spirit. This is the sacred moment, the holy shift, the divine awakening you were born for. You are not just walking into your future, you are carrying heaven with you. And with that, your journey into this new season begins, anchored in faith, surrounded by angels, and propelled by a love that will never let you go. Put your hand over your heart, close your eyes if you can, and feel the steady rhythm beating beneath your palm. That's your life, resilient, persistent, and unstoppable. It's the sound of a soul that refused to give up, even when the world whispered that it should. That heartbeat is the proof that you're here for a reason, that every tear you've shed watered the roots of something miraculous growing inside you right now. As you breathe in, imagine Michael's sword of truth, slicing through the doubts and fears that have tried to chain you down. Let that sword cut deep, deeper than surface wounds, reaching the core, where old lies have lived too long. Feel those lies dissolve into nothingness, replaced by a fierce clarity and peace you have never known before. This is your liberation, this is the freedom you were always meant to walk in. And as you exhale, release every last trace of shame, every weight of guilt that was never yours to carry. Let it fall away like leaves in the wind, because God's grace is sweeping through your life like a fresh wind, and it's making room for new beginnings. No longer will you stumble under burdens that belong to someone else's story. Now you carry only what is sacred, your truth, your purpose, your divine destiny. You may start to notice subtle shifts happening around you, small miracles that seem too perfect to be coincidence. A conversation that brings unexpected clarity, a door that opens just when you needed it most, a feeling of peace that floods your heart in the middle of chaos. These are not random, these are signs, markers along your path, confirming that heaven is actively working on your behalf. Archangel Michael is not only protecting you, but also clearing the path ahead. He's removing obstacles you never knew were there, hidden enemies disguised as circumstances, disguised as people, disguised even as your own fears. You are being ushered into a new reality, where those old chains no longer hold power. You are stepping into a season where your destiny is no longer delayed by confusion or pain. Remember this, when the next test comes, and it will, you will meet it not with fear, but with the boldness of someone who has been chosen and protected. You will stand firm in your identity, speaking out loud the words Michael has taught you. Yes, I am ready, yes, I trust God, yes, I receive. This declaration will be your shield, and your key, unlocking doors that were once sealed shut. Over the coming days, pay close attention to your dreams. They will begin to carry messages and insights that you cannot find awake. Write them down, hold them close, and let them guide you. Dreams are the language heaven uses to communicate when words fail. Don't ignore them, no matter how strange or simple they seem. Each one is a thread in the tapestry God is weaving for your life. And when you face moments of loneliness or doubt, because they will come, remember you are never truly alone. Angels walk with you, seen and unseen. Archangel Michael is a fierce protector, who stands guard at your side, ready to battle on your behalf. When you feel overwhelmed, call on him. Speak his name like a prayer, feel his presence wrap around you, like an impenetrable armor. This journey you are on is sacred. It's not just about healing or deliverance, it's about transformation at the deepest level. You are shedding old skin, old identities that no longer fit, to reveal the radiant being you were always meant to be. The pain you endured was not in vain, it was the refining fire that is now polishing your spirit until it shines like the stars. You are moving into a timeline where favor flows effortlessly, where opportunities come wrapped in divine timing, and where your voice carries weight, because it speaks from truth. You are stepping into a role you were prepared for, long before you were born. This is your season of rise, your time of breakthrough, your moment to walk boldly, in the calling God placed on your heart. So as you finish this message, take another deep breath, and feel the power rising inside you. Feel your spirit waking up, stronger and clearer than ever. Feel the love of heaven flooding your soul, a love so vast and unshakable, that no earthly force can touch it. You have been chosen, you have been called, you have been prepared. Now open your eyes slowly, look around with new vision. The world is the same, but you are changed. And because you are changed, everything will begin to change around you. Trust the process, trust the timing, trust the voice of God, speaking through Archangel Michael, through your intuition, through every sign and symbol placed in your path. Your journey is not over, it has just begun in earnest. The next 72 hours will bring shifts that feel both subtle and seismic. They will push you forward, into the life you were destined for. You will lose what no longer serves you, and you will gain what your heart has longed for. The old is falling away, the new is rising up. Walk forward with courage, walk forward with faith, walk forward knowing, you carry the sword and shield of Michael, the favor of heaven, and the promise of restoration. You are not alone, you are not forgotten, you are not forsaken. This is your story, this is your season, this is your miracle. And the best is yet to come. And as you let these words echo inside you, feel the divine current stirring beneath your skin, awakening the dormant power that has always lived inside your spirit. This is not a new beginning, it's a reclaiming, a return to the truth that was always yours, but hidden beneath layers of doubt and delay. Archangel Michael is not only guarding your path, he's lighting it with a fierce holy fire that no darkness can extinguish. Every step you take now is covered, every decision guided by wisdom that transcends human understanding. You may notice a new strength rising inside, subtle but unstoppable. It will show up as courage, to speak your truth, even when your voice trembles. It will reveal itself as peace in chaos, calm in storms, and clarity when confusion tries to cloud your vision. This strength is your birthright, etched into your soul, before time began. The trials you've endured were not random, they were the sharpening stones, preparing your spirit for the destiny that awaits. Remember, when the two things vanish, it will not feel like loss, instead it will feel like release, like a heavy curtain being drawn back, to reveal the vastness of the sky you were always meant to fly under. What disappears is the old cage, the worn-out stories, the chains that tried to define you. What remains is the unshakable core of who you really are, a beloved child of God, marked by victory, and anointed for purpose. As the lawyer approaches, whether through a person, a new opportunity, or an unexpected breakthrough, recognize it as heaven's advocate, working on your behalf. They carry keys to unlock doors you didn't know existed, doors that will lead you into your next chapter of abundance and peace. Trust the timing, even if it feels slow. Divine timing never fails, it unfolds perfectly, for your highest good. In these coming days, nurture yourself with kindness and patience. Your spirit is undergoing a sacred transformation that requires gentleness. Resist the urge to rush or force outcomes. Instead, cultivate quiet moments, moments where you can listen deeply to your heart and to the whisper of God. These whispers will become your compass, steadying you through every shift. You will start to notice people entering and exiting your life, in alignment with this new season. Some will come as allies, resonating with your renewed purpose and light. Others will drift away, unable to keep pace with the evolution taking place within you. Do not fear this, it is natural, it is necessary, it is part of the divine pruning that makes room for growth. Hold tightly to the knowledge that Archangel Michael is not just a distant guardian, but a fierce protector who fights for your peace and pushes back every force that seeks to diminish your light. His sword is drawn for you, and his presence is constant. When fear or doubt rise, speak his name. Call on his strength, feel his shield surround you, like a fortress built from heaven's own hands. Your journey from here is a sacred dance, between surrender and boldness. Surrender to the divine will, knowing that what is unfolding is beyond your control, but never beyond your care. Be bold in your faith, stepping forward, even when the path is unclear, because faith does not demand understanding, it demands trust. In the quiet moments before sleep, when your mind stills and your heart opens, you may hear a soft voice, or feel a gentle touch. These are the signs that Michael is near, that God's promises are alive, and breathing within you. Receive these moments with gratitude, for they are the whispers of heaven, reassuring you that your miracle is already underway. So rise now, not because the world demands it, but because your soul calls for it. Rise with the certainty that you are no longer bound by past pain or fear. Rise with the fire of Michael's courage, burning within you. Rise knowing that God's favor is flooding your life, covering every step, with grace and power. This is your sacred season, this is your divine appointment, this is the moment you were born for. And as you step forward, carry these words with you: I am chosen, I am protected, I am victorious. Say them often, speak them with your whole heart. Let them root deep within your being. Your story is no longer about survival, it is about triumph, it is about the unstoppable rise of a soul awakened and unshaken. Archangel Michael stands by your side, the heavens hold their breath, and your miracle begins now. Amen.